Okay, well, welcome everyone to our very first recording of our new podcast series called Grassroots. And this is where we dive into all things SAP, featuring expert guests from across the industry and specifically our own customers too. Joining me to explore topics such as cloud innovation, digital transformation, trying to get some insights into technology trends that people are seeing in the real world and some of those success stories from CIOs that we work with and expert strategies for driving business agility and growth. So today I'm delighted to be joined by Matt Hough from CIO of Cintas, which is certainly one of my favorite customers. Matt, do you want to give us a quick introduction to Cintas and what you do there?
Yeah, thank you, Eamonn. I'm the CIO of a company called Cintas. We're the leaders in North America in business services. That means we provide garment rental, first aid, facility services, fire inspection, and bespoke garments to over 1.2 million customers every week. And I'm excited to be here.
And one of the things, Matt, that I love about Cintas is the growth profile you guys have experienced in the recent years. Some people might not be aware of you, but your logo is everywhere in the US, and it's growing quite quickly. So, I mean, maybe talk a little bit about that success. I mean, it's certainly compelling for me to watch.
I tell people from a business service perspective, we are the first subscription type business that go at this scale. We have over 40,000 employee partners that are servicing our customers every day, and they're in their offices helping them get ready for the workday. And what's really interesting is we provide them, the things they need to get the job done. And that means we're in their office every week providing the services that they can't typically do themselves, or they may not want to do themselves or focus on. And so what that has done for us is it helps us go across all of North America to be in all these different markets to actually provide those services to those customers. And what we're seeing is as our brand gets out even more and we represent a professional look, as you can tell by my suit and tie, our customers want that look as well. And our quality of the service is something that we believe our customers really enjoy, and it's continued to spread like wildfire.
Well, I must put an order in for lemongrass suit and tie. Actually, that's something we should follow up on after this.
Well, Eamonn, we also do bespoke clothing, like also embroidery here on your shirts. We can provide anything you want, at the end of the day, and that's why our customers love us.
We'll certainly follow up with that. Can you describe a bit? I mean, I think obviously behind this success is a very clear business vision. And of course, that influences heavily the technology that you are responsible for within the company. Can you give us a bit of an outline of that vision and strategy and how that directs you in the transformations that you've been successful in within Cintas?
So you need to take a step back a little bit. In order to service those over 1.2 million customers, there are over 40,000 employee partners. We need to give them technology at their fingertips so they know exactly what they're delivering and what they're picking up, and they can take an order or a request from a customer while on site. And that way it accelerates the value a lot more quickly. So our over 460 locations that are servicing over 1.2 million customers, it's important that we have a great foundation of technology to be able to deliver all that data in near real time. So what we've done is, not only we have a fantastic network with a fantastic partner called Verizon, we've used SAP to orchestrate all the materials and the products going out to the customer, and then to be able to build them on time, and also be able to realize what new products and services they need. With that, I really believe we started the first BTP program from our perspective that SAP copied. We know they didn't copy it, but we use SAP as a core, and we extend out all our mobile devices, over 15,000 mobile devices, to service those customers that interact with our SAP core in near real time. And so with all these interactions and transactions, we curate a lot of data. So the next steps for us is leveraging our partnership with Google to actually get better insights to our customers' activities and how we do our business, and actually also create helper agents, if you will, through AI for our employee partners to actually do the job a lot more efficiently and help them with their workday as well as they help our customers.
And I think you've touched on a couple of the hot buttons in IT today. Of course, cloud, data, AI. Obviously, everybody's trying to, get success in these areas. And of course, there's SAP, as you say, in the heart of it. And a big part of what a lot of customers are trying to reconcile is how does this come together with the RISE agenda? So, again, and I think it's really interesting the path the Cintas have taken, that you've directed the company down, where you start to adopt RISE a certain way, but still take advantage of cloud native in the meantime. So maybe if you could sort of outline a little bit what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a very large SAP implementation here that actually facilitates all the activities from our distribution centers to our locations, and actually reach out to our customers through a digital presence using Hybris for them to order products online or catalog items or manage their service or even pay their bills. So all that is stitched together, and we call that now, unfortunately, legacy SAP. And so we had to go on a journey to figure out how we get to the next level of SAP, because we want more automation. We want to be able to have that automation be pushed out to our field employee partners where they can actually, it makes their job a lot easier. And that's where that RISE journey starts coming into play. Our strategy a long time back was to focus on the core, make the core as streamlined as possible, and push out our differentiation out into our mobile apps. And that actually fit well within our RISE journey that we have today. So we implemented RISE for our fire division. We only rolled out one location so far. We're working on a national accounts part of it, and then the rest of the locations within the next year. But that is going to be our future platform to move our legacy SAP system to that RISE platform. In the meantime, we want to get a lot more value out of our legacy SAP system that RISE can provide our division, but our legacy SAP system cannot. So that's why we moved all our workloads from a hosting provider to GCP. And GCP has actually given us that next level hyperscaler performance, but also it enables us to leverage a lot of the tools that Google has around the Google Cortex framework, integrating with SAP, and also integrating the data that we're getting from RISE. So those two things coming together, I believe, and we believe, is going to help us on our journey to leverage a full part of RISE in the future with moving the rest of the divisions over, and also with our BTP strategy, and able to adopt a lot of the clean core concepts that SAP is promoting to their customers for a lot more success.
And so I think, again, what I really like about the strategy is, there's no sense that it has to be binary overnight, that you have to kind of completely switch. You go to where the value is, but there's a general direction towards the SAP product strategy, and both RISE and BTP has been key parts of that solution.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's very difficult to go to, the C-suite or go to the board and say, hey, we need to invest millions of dollars because we need to upgrade an SAP system. We're finding clever ways to extract value on every step of the way to not only ensure we're going to be ready for that RISE platform, but also start moving some things into the RISE platform and getting value on both sides. And that's part of our journey with GCP and RISE at the same time.
And one of the things, again, another story that you've told me, which I think is a great success, is how let's face it, the cost efficiencies that you've been able to drive along this journey are actually funding much of the innovation that you're being able to deliver as well.
Absolutely. So I just went through the numbers again. My CEO was asking me about, what was this forecast you did to move to GCP, and how could it fund other programs? And what we did was we forecasted the cost of moving to GCP, but not only that, what are the costs while we're in the hyperscaler world? And those costs to date is now funding our RISE journey. So it's basically finding these activities to actually become more efficient, upscale our capabilities, but at the same time fund the next generation of software we need to get to. And that's been a home run so far.
No, honestly, that's the kind of perfect scenario I think most CIOs dream of. And But also, it's not just being cost reduction, paying for more moves and product upgrades, but let's talk a little bit about data and AI, because obviously with the volume of uniforms that you deal with and volume of garments you have to deal with every day, the number of deliveries, the number of pickups, you've got some truly big data. And let's talk a bit about the volume and the size and how you deal with that, as well as how you've been able to successfully mine that with some of the AI successes you've seen.
Yeah, we, as I said, we have 212 systems orchestrating, and I mean that from dev, QA, and production. So let's divide that by 3. So about 40 systems orchestrated or connected together that orchestrate a service. With that, we do weekly service. So you think about how much and how many documents we create in our SAP system. Our ECC system is about 105, 120 terabytes compressed right now. And that's just part of the equation. To actually, when we really look at what's driving all this volume and data, we actually track every single piece of product that we give our customers. So we have 40 million garments in service right now that we track every week. If you divide that, let's just do simple math by 4, we track 10 million garments every single day. We know exactly how long it's been in service, the size, where it came from, how many times it was repaired, and then what's the depreciated value on it. And so having that type of data gives us other capabilities. If we put together, we can see how can we actually align the right cost structures to our customers to give them the best value at the end of the day. We're taking all this data around the invoicing and how we interact with our customers, and actually we're creating new opportunities right now for our inside sales folks to actually promote the right products to our customers, where they can actually now adopt things that they need before they might think they need it. For instance, a storm might be coming, we can promote a mat to them, make sure that their workplace is safe and it's not a wet floor, for instance. So that's part of the journey we're doing. We're actually extracting a lot of this information and adding a lot of value for top line revenue and a lot of bottom line initiatives.
I mean, and I think it's well sort of accepted in the industry that a lot of people have tried AI use cases and haven't got beyond a POC. But as you say, you've been able to drive some tangible, not just cost saving, but revenue uplifts, which I got to say, it's a rare thing to see, but a fantastic success to have.
Yeah, we're very blessed, with a lot of data. And, when we have a lot of data and the support from our CEO to push the envelope on technology, we're able to come up with AI models that are actually driving revenue in itself. Now, with that, we're taking the stuff that is the most obvious for us, sales opportunities around AI engines, around sales opportunities, marketing opportunities as well. And now we're digging deeper into the other things on how we deliver the products and then how we can actually get a little bit more margins out of it and provide more value to our customers.
Fantastic. And I think, one of the obvious next things then is back to the SAP RISE story is SAP, of course, have got AI up top of their agenda. Have you seen anything from them yet, specifically from the standard product that you're looking to adopt?
Yeah.
Anything? How does that form part of your vision going forward?
Yeah, it's AI can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, right? So we look at automation. Really, we're trying to focus on that. We have only RISE implemented for one location, and it's getting stabilized right now. We're working with SAP to see how we can automate some of the activities in there in terms around what that business does best. And what they do is they do scheduling, dispatching, and compliance. So we're working with them to see how we can continue to optimize the routes when we schedule a service and dispatch, a worker out in the field to help a customer that needs help that day in a more efficient manner. So we're working with them on those type of models to actually help bolster that business in terms of getting more value out of the people servicing our customers and make us a lot more efficient at the end of the day. So we'll see what's to come in the next 6 months.
That'll be interesting. And I do think SAP have got, they've certainly got big ideas about what needs to happen, but inevitably it's going to be an iterative process. I mean, they're going to be releasing lots of small improvements as they see them. I mean, and to me, this sort of starts to hit at the clean core concept that you touched on earlier. Again, can you maybe show or talk to the listeners about how you see clean core and how urgent is it for you at this stage and what you're doing to try and achieve it.
Yeah, I think I do like the concept of clean core, but a lot of us have had SAP for 10, 15, 20 years. And we have a lot of Z code in there and a lot of things that we built that we thought were differentiators that may not be differentiators today. So as far as going to a clean core, it actually creates an opportunity to disrupt your business. But how do you do that in a way where you do not put your revenue in jeopardy and your customer engagement in jeopardy? So I think starting with a strategy to pull your, I would say, differentiated process out of SAP within the legacy system, you can actually start now, set yourself up for a better success metric as you go to the RISE platform, and then get the native AI capabilities out of RISE as they come. I think of things like standardizing how you create a PO, for instance, how an invoice gets paid. So using the SAP systems like Vim or even Ariba or things like that can actually automate a lot of these tasks that get out of whack. But how do you standardize on that task to get there to get that value? And that's part of the challenge I think all of us are going through, because it requires a little bit of change, because we have Z'd up those or customized some of those transactions in the past to get there.
Now, again, there's a whole range of cool topics that you're dealing with right now in and around the SAP agenda. But of course, a lot of this comes down to the team and the people. And it's great to have the sponsorship from the CEO, which you clearly do. And I'm sure he's very happy with the results he's seeing. But how do you take the team along with you? I mean, there's new capabilities here, there's fears, risks. How did you keep the team motivated and involved and engaged on this journey?
Yeah, I think, as technologists or, and being in IT, it's, we want to be part of something bigger. And at Cintas, we have a mission, not only to, make sure we're there for our field, but also we're there for our customers. And so finding opportunities through technology to help make their day a lot better. And our tagline is, help our customers build a better workday. It's not about just our customers, it's all about our field partners as well. So aligning everybody in the organization to be part of that mission, even though it might be some things that just re-optimizing a code to make a transaction go faster, and then rewarding those people for it, actually gets on the right path. I think in our world, if we have the ability to work on new things and see them deployed out to the field where we can actually see what the outcome is, it actually helps with the fulfillment within working together to get to that outcome at the end of the day. And I think that's what gets us all excited. And at Cintas, we're blessed. We're in a big build phase right now. And when you're in a build phase, you're working with new technology. We're pushing the envelope. And we're actually being pushed to go even faster and do more. And that's really exciting, I think, if you're in the IT world right now, to be able to get a hold of these new tools to do these things and see the outcome out in the field and to our customers.
No, I totally agree. I think it's a great time to be in IT, certainly, and some of the innovation. I mean, you just need to open the news websites every day, and you'll see more and more being released. I mean, what do you see as the key skills that people should be focused on or prioritizing as they start the similar journey to you've been on, or trying to get to grips with RISE, AI, data, everything else?
I think it is probably three major skill sets that we are really refocusing on our organization to go after a lot more quickly. One is business knowledge. How do we understand how our business does their business with our systems? That's where you can start seeing that opportunity. Number two is obviously SAP skills with RISE. Those functional skills are going to be very important. What we're looking at also is data engineers and people that can actually create models. So that type of skill set is going to be paramount to everyone's success in the next 10 years, because I think we figured out a way to get the data out of these core systems, but then what do you do with it is a different skill set altogether. And then the last part is the architect type of job is how do we take all these things and orchestrate these models, and then we embed them in these mobile devices or embed them into the daily lives of our employee partners or our customers' hands, so that you actually start getting the outcome a lot faster. I'd say I said three, I said four things now. I think those are pretty important to be successful in the future. And the last thing, over top of all this, this is more of a soft skill set, is the ability to collaborate with everybody. That is, technology is a teamwork game, and if you can't do that, then you're basically sunk before you get out of the gate.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and I think as you say, that collaboration, that openness and the willingness to learn is really important, because these skills, some fundamentals, as you say, but inevitably in 3 years' time, we'll be talking again, and there'll be some new technologies that have arrived. So I certainly see that as well with people need to be open-minded. And your team certainly has been. I mean, we've worked with you guys now for a number of years, and it's one of the things that's impressed me about the team is the willingness to learn new stuff and take it on.
And that's, if you want to look at anything, if you want to be successful in this field, it is that, you want to be able to learn as much as possible, but be really active in your learning, be hungry for it. There are a lot of, things that are helping people code nowadays. Like we use Code Assist. Our goal is to have 30% of all our code created by Code Assist by the end of our fiscal year, which ends in June. And what that does is it levels up everybody. So we don't need unicorns anymore, but basically what we need people is to learn what are the new techniques coming, what are the new tools available to actually now stitch all these things together. So that hunger to learn and then spread that out through collaboration to get everybody to rise up is probably the most important skill set at the end of the day.
Well, Matt, thanks so much for this chat. I mean, I think we've covered the main ground. Again, for the listeners, this is for me a great example of a very large company that's taken a pretty aggressive but positive approach to cloud, adopted early, cloud native, got some big successes, used that to fund the ongoing initiatives. The RISE move is well underway, and that's the end, the kind of North Star. But alongside that, the cloud native capabilities of GCP and the analytics and AI that come along with it. Matt, any last things you want to say for any other CIOs listening in, that how to get started, or what couple of things to bear in mind?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me questions about RISE. Should I go now? Should I go later? I'm a big believer. If you're an early adopter, you have more opportunity to influence where it goes. And the journey isn't as hard of a lift as people think. We took a division that had 8 legacy systems. We put on RISE, and we have some unique differentiators in there, and it has gone really smooth. But with that implementation, we're able to help influence certain parts of where RISE goes to help tailor to our needs, which hopefully goes to other customers in the future. And so the juice is worth the squeeze. You just have to be brave enough to do it and find opportunities to help fund it as well with other things going cloud native.
No, it's fantastic. A great experience again. And Matt, look, thanks again for your time today. And to all the listeners, I look forward to hearing you in our next episode.